to show you my Goodreads books because in the past couple of years I've gotten super into reading. I have a heinous amount of books on my shelf that I have not read, so I'm currently on a book ban. I've put myself on a book ban because it's a bit yeah. Anyway, as you can see here, I follow Haley. She's a ASM artist that does book stuff as well. Anyway, I've my number of books that I read is not as much as probably other people, but it's way more than I used to because I used to read. Actually, I used to not read at all, and then yeah, I'll show you. So, how do I find it? Is it this? No. Where? How do I see my 20? Our reading challenge. Past challenge. This is what I want to do. So, as you can see, in 2017 I read 2 books. What did I even read? Okay, so I read Game of Thrones, and I think maybe that was a bad choice for starting reading. I think because it's quite a long book, and it's fantasy, so it's the first book of a series, and there's a lot of world building. But I had just watched the TV show, and I was obsessed. But yeah, I've only ever read the first book, and then Room. It's an okay book. I read the book and then I watched the movie. It's kind of what genre is it? Maybe thriller. I don't know. And then 2018, I read 1 book, Pride and Prejudice. Another kind of maybe not the best choice when you're just starting to start reading, because it's written in that kind of olden day blah blah blah. I also read that book and then watched the movie and the TV series, and I love both of those. I think I need to reread the book because I was not in my reading era, if that makes sense. I would struggle to read 1 page. Yeah. And then, 2021 is when I started reading a bit more. The Bronze Horseman is literally my favorite book of all time. The second book is kind of whatever, but the first book is amazing. The Lotus Eater, I can't even remember what happened to that book, but I was in my historical fiction kind of era. It's about the Vietnam War, and the lady's a photographer in the Vietnam War. And then I read Tattoos of Auschwitz, which was pretty depressing, but a good book. And then there's Silent Patient, which was a thriller. And I definitely recommend it. I feel I need to reread it because I can't even remember what the massive plot twist was. But I read this book in a day, I think. How do I see? Book. Oh, well, that doesn't tell me anything. I don't know. And then 2022, look at that. My goal was 10 and I read 25. So good. So I read It Ends With Us, and I boosted through that book. And I recently watched the movie, and oh my god, the movie wasn't bad, but the outfits were so just ugly that I couldn't handle it. I don't know who the hell did that, but whatever. The book, I found the book entertaining, but reflecting the book is kind of watched the Netflix show, but I only ever watched season 1. Yeah, Verity, loved that book. That was like the first book I read where I was actually like low-key freaked out. Like when she, like, sorry spoiler, but when she's like standing on top of the stairs and like runs, like she sees her standing on the stairs and then like runs away. Literally, I like threw my book. I was like, oh my god. Anyway, Ugly Love, literally low-key just like smut. Just smut. Before the Coffee Gets Cold is a cute story, kind of random. It's like about this cafe where you can time travel, but you can only go back to the, like, you can't leave the cafe, you can't even leave your seat, and you only have until the coffee gets cold. If you don't drink the coffee in time, you turn into a ghost. So, quite limited travelling abilities. Atomic Habits, super cool. Super good, like, non-fiction, self-improvement, blah blah blah. Animal Farm, it's a really short book, but I did not enjoy it. It's like, just freaky. Basically, like, it's like very political, and the animals overthrow the farming people, but then they like build their own hierarchy, and I don't know, it's weird. 7 Harvestmans is, I enjoyed it. I literally thought the people in the book were like actual actors, but I enjoyed that book. Where the Crawdad Sings, I enjoyed the book, and then I watched the movie, and then I hated the movie, and then I hated the book. That's that. The Nightingale. When I read the Nightingale's historical fiction, like World War II based, I honestly can't remember anything that happens in the book. I remember parts of the book, but people really highly rate this book. I think it's good. I think I need to reread it, and I don't know. The Song of Achilles. I really love this book. I love Greek mythology, so I enjoyed this one. Book Lovers is like one of my favorite books. I just love like small town vibes. Super cute. Malibu Rising, also love. I love anything that gives me summer, and this book was like summer vibes. Without Merit is like teenager vibes. I don't know. They both die at the end. I really didn't like this book. It felt rushed, and they both die at the end, so it's like, what the hell? The Love Hypothesis. I didn't like that book, because I like my favorite genres to read are like, I like romance, I like thrillers, and fantasy. But with my romance books, I really have a specific taste, and this one is like instant love and fake dating, and I hate both of it. Cersei is like with Song of Achilles. I really like Cersei. November 9, I hated that book so much. And then I read the Cruel Prince trilogy. Loved it. Normal People. Loved it. And then I watched the TV show. I loved the TV show too. And then To Kill a Mockingbird. I really, really enjoyed To Kill a Mockingbird. Aroha is like a book full of whakatauki, which is like Maori proverbs, and then the lady like explains how she implements it, or like can Colleen Hoover has a particular style of writing, and I don't know how to explain it. It's like very easy to read, but like she always just goes too far. I don't know, but like what I basically I when I first started getting into reading, I just saw all the book like TikToks with book recommendations, and I kept buying and buying and buying, and then my TBR pile kept growing. So what I do usually to pick my book, like what book I read next, I have an app on my phone with like a wheel, and I've got all my books in there, and I spin the wheel, and that's how my books get chosen. That's why the order's like just random. Except if I'm reading a trilogy, I kind of try to get it done, because otherwise I get confused, like I forget what the hell's happening. The Choice is like it's another World War II like Auschwitz book. It's about a lady's. It's like a what's the word? I don't know. Memoir. I don't know. It's like it's really sad. It's a very, very sad book. The Soulmate. I enjoyed this book. I can't really remember what happens, but I enjoyed that book. And then Shadow and Bones 2. It was okay. 11 Hours is like a thriller about a lady who gets abducted. It's like I read it pretty fast because I find thrillers easy to read because I just want to know what happens. All the Dangerous Things is another kind of thriller, but it's more mystery. I don't know, but it was an okay book. Every Summer After, I love this book. It's like friends to lovers vibe, which is like my favorite, and like it's a very cute book, and it's definitely giving summer. After I Do, is this the one? Oh yeah, this book is this. Actually, I wish I changed that rating because I don't know. It's horrible. Basically, this couple gets married, and then she like asks. Sorry, this is like full spoiler, but she asks him to go buy her favorite cereal from the shop, and then he rides his bike to go get it, and then she's like, "Oh, I haven't heard from him for ages," and she goes after him, and he's been hit by like a truck or something, and dies. And they've like just got married. It's pretty like kind of kills the vibe, you know. Beach read. I really like Emily Henry. And fun fact, because this book, like I really like this cover. The cover in New Zealand is this one, which I think is so ugly. So I went to New York, I think it was two years ago now, and I brought the US edition, even though I think it costs more, and it like definitely, yeah, but that cover is so much cuter. Anyway, the book, I think I need to reread the book because I can't even remember what happens, but everyone seems to like that book. Someone Else's Shoes was okay. It was enjoyable. Tomorrow and tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow and tomorrow. A good book. It was a good, like, I enjoyed reading it. It starts with us. Horrible. Next. The Bell Jar. I found it interesting to read. Pretty depressing. Yeah, very depressing. Lovely Bones. The movie's better. Conversations with Friends. Definitely like some toxic relationships. Some, I don't know, a big mess, but I did enjoy the book. was very interesting though. The last thing he told me, I wouldn't remember. I can't even remember what this book is about. So, that's that. Forever Interrupted. Oh, wait. What is this book? Oh, what? I don't think I enjoyed it. I can't even remember what this book is about. Oh, this is the one where the partner dies. So I don't even remember what the other one was. Whatever. Oh my god, I read a lot of books. Okay, People We Met on Vacation. I enjoyed this book. I like books that give me summer vibes. And that one did it. Did. Part of Your World. Worst book I've ever read. Better than the movies. It's like a fun, cute, like rom-com vibe. All Your Perfects. Boring. The Inheritance Games. I really enjoyed these. It's kind of like Knives Out vibe, and I really like that movie. The Club. I didn't even understand what was going on the whole time. Heartbones was okay. Again, she had to put some dramatic and like trigger warning scenes in it, but because it was based on the beach, I enjoyed it. I Am Pilgrim is a fat book. It's like 1,000 pages. Okay, like 900 pages. Like a thriller vibes. The last part of it was like 4 parts. The book, the final part of the book, made it worth reading the other 800 pages. Or whatever. Once Upon a Broken Heart. I really enjoyed that book. It's very fairy tale vibes. Wreck the Halls. Terrible. Oh, very bad book. And that's the past one. And then this year, what have I read this year? The Institute by Stephen King. It was an okay book. I enjoyed it. It was pretty like drawn out and very long. Love in Other Words. I enjoyed Spark. Very good. Gary Soto is back. Loved. And I read this book in the summertime, and I was playing tennis, and I was watching the tennis cup, so it was like a cool connection. Water for Elephants. It's okay. I watched the movie after, and it's also okay. Happy Place. I enjoyed. Brothers Hawthorne. Not good. It was not as good as the other 3. Dead to Her. This author did the book called Behind Her Eyes. I think it was a Netflix made a TV show, and the TV show for that was really good. This book was not the best. And then I finally finished Shadow and Bones trilogy, and I don't know, it had so much potential. Stolen Air. I enjoyed. I really like The Stolen Air. Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine, and that was okay. I enjoyed it. Twisted Love, I did not enjoy. I don't know why everyone was recommending it. It's just like, I don't like it. One True Loves was like a good book. It's about this girl and her husband like goes missing, I think. They were both like super into extreme, like traveling and doing extreme things, and then he goes missing, and she returns home and like kind of becomes a bit of a hermit, and she meets a guy who It's quite dramatic, like quite, what's the word? I don't know. I enjoyed the book. They made a TV show, but I haven't seen it. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I read this book and also listened to the audiobook, and the audiobook was really cool. If he had been with me, it's like, it was a good book, but they literally spoiled the whole thing in the first chapter, so like the whole time you were reading it, you knew what was going to happen. The Prisoner's Throne, not as good as the first one, but it's okay. What the River Knows, no, I don't recommend. Good Girl, Bad Blood, as you can see, I read all three, and they're all fine. The third one wasn't the worst, probably. Darling Girls was like a thriller, but like nothing. Oh, it's like a very slow thriller. Before You Knew My Name, I can't even remember what this book is about. Someone gets murdered, but it was average. Little White Lies, kind of giving, what's that TV show with the A? Pretty Liars, or something. Pretty Liars, no, lie, ugh, whatever. I don't know what I'm even trying to say. The Librarian of Auschwitz. It was good but sad. Thursday Murder Club at first was like boring, and I didn't like the writing style, but I enjoyed it by the end. The Invisible Life of Eddie LaRue was good. I really enjoyed that. Apparently they're making a movie, I think. Beautiful World, Where Are You? Probably my least favourite of Sally Rooney. Little Woman, I loved this book and I loved the movie. I want to watch like the older movies because I think there's like 4 or 5 of them. And then The Housemaid, 1 and 2. I enjoyed both of these. I read them really fast. They're a thriller kind of mystery thriller, yeah. And then The Tales from the Cafe. It's kind of like a continuation of the Before the Coffee Gets Cold, because you meet a whole lot of different characters and you see how they kind of all link together. And then I read Bride, which was really recommended on TikTok, but oh my god, it was a journey, let me just say that. And now I'm reading this Love and Ruin book, which I was gifted. It's historical fiction, but it was kind of, I don't know, yeah, I'm only like 30 pages in. But yeah, that's my Goodreads of what I've read. Yeah, but I have a lot of books on my to be read, like on my bookshelves. Ages ago, I actually filmed a video of me going through my like to be read books, but I didn't post it. I don't know why. I can't remember why I didn't post it. But yeah, that is my Goodreads, and yeah, I apologize for not being present. I existed for like a couple of years at